Hello, Delvers, and welcome back to the Bakermon stream for May 1st, 2015. I know the date today because Age of Ultron came out. Pixelscopic is an indie game development studio working on Delver's Drop, combat-focused, randomly generated action RPG. I'm your host and longtime streamer of the game, Voss A, here to discuss its development with
Ryan Baker and
Matthew Vargas.
Yep, we're here.
They lead up the creative force.
We do arty things.
Yeah, they're the creative force behind this whole game. So how are you both, now that we've officially, I guess, started? I know
I have to tell you, it was the longest week or perhaps month of my life. I just moved, I bought a house, I got engaged, I want to go home and cry.
Well, don't cry.
That's what this month has been, but it's over now. It's May. New beginnings. Spring leaves, those sorts of things.
I must say, I'm super tired of everyone posting like it's going to be May on... Well, I guess it's over now. But yesterday, everywhere on Facebook, it was Justin Timberlake, it's going to be May.
Is that a song or something? I don't know my
Oh my god, Baker.
I'm sorry, I wasn't... I was done being a teenager in 2000, guys.
I mean, it took me a minute to get that joke, but I got it, and I'm not happy that I'm not happy.
Sorry, I'm drawing here, guys. I don't know what the joke was. Never mind. Well, move along.
It's all right. Well, moving on, we have some news. We'll just sweep this under the rug. But yes, news. The way we are going to be doing voting for stream topics is getting changed. Since everyone seems to like the familiars, we're taking it off the vote for the next couple votes. So sorry about that. And we'll also be changing to
If only presidential elections could work that way. Like, oh man, guys, we're sick of voting for party A or B. Just take them off the ballot completely.
Yeah, it'd be nice. We're a true democracy here. But yes, we'll be moving to a 4-week vote. That way Baker can have some more time. That way we haven't seen it yet. We hadn't seen, oh, well, we're working on this week and we're working on that next week, but we're preemptively going to make it so that doesn't happen. So that's item 1. And item 2, next week we have a special guest. Pause RPG will be coming on the show and talking about blindness in games, and I'm sure other things.
Yeah, we will. We should definitely have, well, at least Matthew, if not others, on to discuss RPGs of yore and how Delver's Drop fits into that spectrum, probably.
I will be willing to come, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm pretty basic when it comes to RPGs. Because when I went back, I started to realize that I'm completely like sold out to like Square in general. Like, I didn't realize I was until like later on. I'm like, oh wait, these are all SquareSoft games.
So you mean like the only RPGs you've played are Square games, or that you're just like too much of like more of a fan than you should be?
I think that's the problem, yeah, because like I still have hope for the Final Fantasy series when I really should just be giving up and like going on.
At least you realize it's a problem.
Well, yeah.
But Square made some good RPGs in the day. I don't know how they are currently because I haven't played any in recent history. But I don't plan to. So yeah, Doom says Bakermon today, Bakermon tomorrow, Bakermon next week. You just need to make a Bakermon game.
Is that what he's requesting it, or the?
It sounds like that cooking game that's going on Kickstarter. Oh wait, that was already done a while ago. Never mind.
Battle Chef Brigade?
Yeah.
I kickstarted that.
I think you were talking to one of the dev team or someone recently, right?
Yeah, I talked. His name is Tom Eastman. He's the artist of the game. I talk to him fairly frequently.
Another great topic, also. Speaking of Kickstarter, Ukulele. By the people who were from Rare that made Banjo-Kazooie, that amazing series. Their Kickstarter is going on right now. They've already like way past their actual goal. I don't even know what stretch goal they're at, but I already backed that one. I cringed a little because then I realized it was like in whatever the dollars are. Is it euros or whatever? And it was like it's like twice the amount.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I never think about that until like afterwards. I'm like, oh god, it's a lot of money. Never mind. Well, I did, but I just in hindsight, I'm like, that's a lot more than I probably would have normally spent on a game.
I played.
Oh, all right, guys. So next Kickstarter, we do it in euros. Pro tip.
They'll never know.
They'll never know. So
wow.
yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can go.
I was gonna comment on there's a game called it's like something in the 12 Stones of the Rabbit. It's a rare like game, to borrow the vernacular. I'll see if I can get a link for you guys. It was pretty cool.
Isn't it like a band or something? 12, like something Stones or.
I have
Sounds
no
like,
idea.
no, there's like another something Stones band though. It's not Rolling Stones. It's... no.
A Rolling Stone gathers no moss.
I don't know. I think there was like some other. Oh, I'm just.
Rabbit
thinking of
hole.
that
Rabbit
Stone.
hole alert. You're
So
going
it
down a
would be
rabbit
two
hole.
Stones. Okay.
Pull out
Never
now.
mind.
Alice when she's 3 feet tall. That's a lyric from White Rabbit.
I can't.
I'm old. I'm sorry.
Hey, so guys, I want to do something for Arcane. I think. What do you guys think?
Well, Doom says we need to do an insect-like critter.
An insect.
Mm-hmm.
What does he have a section?
Does he have a section?
Like what? Sorry, what elemental section would he like that to be from? Does he? I mean, does he have a specific idea?
Once he catches up with us, suffer from the Euro like we do. Doom says. I don't know if you suffer the Euro.
Doom, you're such a sadist.
He is that.
Yeah, he makes the game completely.
Hey,
He wants it to be a lot more punishing than any casual person would ever want it to be.
I'm even more hardline than Doom is on that front. Can't pin that on Doom anymore. That's all me.
You guys are scary.
I don't know if you heard the conversation when we were talking about what happens when you die, but even Doom said, you know, a couple continues was okay. I say no continues. You die, you start off at 1-1. I don't care if you're on 9-3. You die, you're on 1-1.
Okay, guys, I've got an assignment for you. Come up with a robotic bug thing that can be arcane plus metal. So I'm thinking like a techie, steampunky looking roach or something. I mean, but I would still like to find a historical, mythological, you know, actual something to call it. Or if you can come up with, I mean, any other bug like that's weird. Like I don't know mythological bug creatures. Yes, Nathan.
In D&D, they have a thing called a clockroach.
Clockroach.
That's adorable.
It's a like mechanical.
Can we use that? Is that stuff public domain?
That's pretty specific. That's
Yeah.
Wizards. So.
That's
of course, Final Fantasy.
Published under an open gaming license once. I don't know that if they get that unlocked.
Okay, well, how about I come up with something else we have a term for, and I'll start sketching. You guys, or Doom, or whoever, look for. I guess it doesn't have to be clockwork. I just thought that would kind of fit. Well, or yeah, I mean, just search for like praying mantis or cockroach legend beast.
it
thing.
needs to be a scarab.
Oh yeah, actually, scarab would be a good idea for some kind of clockworky thing.
Oh yeah, perfect.
And the mythology is really simple. The scarab rolls the sun across the heavens in Egyptian mythology, and it would work since arcane is made by the moon god. So
should that be
No.
arcane splendor?
yeah, arcane splendor.
So it could
I know
be
you said I know you
golden
said arcane
clockwork.
metal.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I mean I was thinking bugs, roaches, like nasty stuff, you know, that sort of thing. By the way, I know this is kind of contrary to what part of the, well, I think Doom's suggestion would be to make arcane the pink, but I think it's going to work better if we use pink for Howl and the green for arcane, because that just makes a wider variety of bright, kind of nasty, aggressive colors for the offensive, so to speak, elements. And then pink, you know, I kind of think like flesh and blood, and like Especially if Howl can be used to like charm other enemies, kind of like pheromones or however you want to kind of term that, like Howl being the element for beasts and the wild and that sort of thing. Like pink doesn't quite seem like the right color, but in a way then I think like, well, if this is, has to do with kind of flesh and physicality, like muscle, bone, like skin, that I think that softer pink makes sense there. What do you guys think?
It's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. I approve.
And I guess our arcane might be slightly different from other types of arcane, other games and that sort of thing.
Doom asks if we can mash up a headless horseman and a cockroach.
So like a headless horseman riding a cockroach?
I have no. I'll see if he'll clarify once.
Can he like mail me whatever he's?
Okay, guys. So let's pause for 1 second. I was trying to think of a way to like how you portmanteau that name, and what came to mind was a headless cock horseman. So we'll just leave that. I said it. We're not gonna repeat it. Okay.
Please don't.
Well, obviously it has to be a rooster. There's nothing dirty about what you. There's nothing dirty about what you said. It's just Chanticleer. It's the rooster. Did I went. I'm sorry. I went. I went to a different place than you guys did. Obviously, I'm not sure where I went, but I'm here now.
It's okay. Be proud.
I'm pulling from my English AP classes.
Apparently, I need to look up a scarab because I am probably going to get it completely wrong.
I'll admit that the idea of the scarab totally came from the television series that they made off of Aladdin.
There was a a television series?
Are you talking about the episode where like they have the different scarabs that were like emotions and stuff?
No, I was talking about one of the villains they had in that show was Archimedes, and he made all these like gigantic golden clockwork things, and one of the episodes he made like a gigantic scarab that was gonna like crush Agrabah.
Okay, because I was thinking of the completely different episode then. Because
so this is not Disney's Aladdin, right?
This was Disney's Aladdin. They made a TV show off of it.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
The 90s.
Yeah, it was like mid-90s.
And it was really cool, if I remember. That might be the nostalgia glasses. But
I watched like.
I'm sure it's terrible, but like.
Well, because mid-90s, I was watching like Darkwing Duck and DuckTales. I totally missed the.
It ran alongside Darkwing Duck.
Yep.
I guess whatever hole of the universe I lived in the Boot Heel of Missouri did not get that through syndication because I never knew it existed.
There was a Little Mermaid one which I shamelessly watched.
I didn't know about that either.
I watched the Little Mermaid one too.
Little Mermaid, apparently a pretty decent NES game. I kind of vaguely remember playing it back in the day, but I was still kind of in that phase of like, ooh, Little Mermaid's for girls, because I was a snotty little boy or whatever.
I never had that. I never had that phase.
But somehow I rented it. I don't know how. I don't know how that got rented. I guess, but
my brother was the one who played all the video games back then. I just sat and watched.
Did you play the Aladdin SNES game also?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that was such a fun game.
I had it on the Sega.
Yeah, everyone's still like that one's still very highly acclaimed. Like I think I played it on the Genesis as a rental. I didn't own it.
Well, I missed the.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I missed the saving system that they had, where like they would like give you like that sort of like code. If you remember, like if you got past a certain point, and then they would give you the like a set of like pictures, and like that's sort of like your save point or something.
Yeah, a lot of all the Mega Man games after 1 did that. That was basically like the old school saving metric. It's just it wasn't even a save metric. It would just load you at a point in the game where you had everything that you had.
Right.
So yeah, I don't miss that. I mean, it was a cool system. It was a cool workaround when we didn't have storage containers that could fit the games.
Mm-hmm. And
inside the game itself, hell, that didn't start until PS1. No, that's not even true.
Well,
PS1
mean-
you had to have external.
well,
saving.
the first Zelda game had a battery pack in the
Yeah.
cartridge.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah, and I think like Final Fantasy probably did too.
Yeah.
Any of those, like, yeah, you kind of forget because it's just like you didn't, probably we didn't really understand the mechanics behind the technology when we were kids. But yeah, it's just like, they probably, well, they had to pay Nintendo, like, Final Fantasy, or it was Square's Soft or whoever had to pay Nintendo for this extra gear inside the cartridge. So probably, that's why Mega Man wouldn't have done it, because it was cheaper to manufacture.
Right.
I'll tell you one thing I don't miss. Does anyone remember an X-Wing where you had to, like, after you put like freaking 30 floppy disks into your computer to even play the game?
I think I had this one. Keep going.
Yeah, so you had to have the manual to even play the game.
Yes!
And the pages, you would have to find that page to even
And
play
I let some kid borrow the manual, and he freaking lost it. And I never got it back, and I've never been able to play that game again. Ooh, I'm still mad at that kid.
You
Okay.
can definitely find that online.
It was LucasArts' fault for that. I mean, that's a terrible user experience.
Yeah, but I was
problem right there.
I was a dumb little kid and was like, oh, he'll give it back to me. No, never saw it again. He didn't even have the game. Like, I don't know why he.
What are you doing with your life, Ryan?
I don't know. I was just like
You wanna check
excited,
out-
like wanted to share the coolness of X-Wing with my friends.
And they betrayed you.
Mm-hmm.
They betrayed you. Doom
I-
says
Cruelest
make
way.
Yeah, in the cruelest way. Doom says make the scarab roll a rune ball or something.
Make it a what?
Make it roll a rune ball because scarabs are just dung beetles.
A rune ball?
Yeah, like a poop ball, but instead of poop ball, make it like a rune, like a ball covered in runes.
Oh, okay.
I wonder how that would work in mechanics of the game.
Well, he'll be floating.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
right.
so-
Yeah. Because I was just say what if it could change its element or something? But that's feature creep right there.
That is major feature creep. That is a crazy feature creep, but a good one. When you guys are
That's not
rolling
even
millions
feature
of
creep.
dollars.
Like, it's not sneaking around. It's just parading its feature destroying, budget and schedule destroying colors.
It's
Just
the
waving
feature-
that flag.
It's to feature creep what the Mongol Empire was to war. Just invading right in. No, okay. Moving.
feel
back.
sad.
Oh, sorry, I got all
I don't know why.
concentrated for a second. What did we just say?
It's all right. It's looking good though, Baker. I like the scarab.
I had this sheer terror inside when you said that, and I don't know why.
Terror about what?
About this Mongol thing he's talking about, and am I supposed to be scared because that's how I feel?
I don't. I've
Give
not
me
heard-
more information because I need context.
You don't know about the Mongol Empire?
I just don't know a lot about it.
So, I'm sure everyone in the chat's like, "Yeah, Vog, give us your history lesson."
Dum dum dum.
So basically, the Mongol Empire was a bunch of fractured horse-herding tribes on the Mongolian steppes.
Right.
Genghis Khan whipped them into one of the largest armies known to man, and they invaded from the coasts of China to almost Poland. They were the largest land empire ever. Doom is calling me a weeaboo. Mongolian isn't fucking Japanese. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
It's not Japanese. Yeah, Genghis Khan and the Mongol Empire was the largest land empire. There have been larger empires, but it was the British Empire, and that was obviously not just a land empire. So,
Merca.
yeah,
So,
Marka.
random tangent. You know how back in the day people would say hot nerd. Well, they still do, but
Wait, when is back in the day for you, Matthew? Are we talking
94?
Oh, okay,
95?
that's not too bad.
You were what, 3?
God, you're so judgy.
I've got these 20-year-olds in my office saying, "Back in the day."
Whatever. So when people say hot nerd, the new thing is to say hot weeabo or something.
Oh, that's always been around ever since 4chan, really.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but they say it in like more in offensive ways.
Oh, it's totally meant to be derogatory. When Doom says it, it's not, but when other people do, it's meant to be a derogatory thing. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a good thing to call people. You shouldn't call them that, unless they're your buddy, and then I guess you can get away with it because if we can't be awful to our friends, then who can we be awful to?
Isn't there a site that's called that also?
Weeaboo?
Yeah, or Weibo, or it's like Weibo or something.
Not spelled the same way, but pronounced the same way
Okay.
because English is fun like that. I don't know why. I can call a linguist. You guys want to get a linguist on the show?
Nah.
I can hook you up. They can make a Delver's Drop language. Wouldn't that be fun?
I think someone was making an alphabet.
Mason was.
Mason, yeah, that's right.
We were
Yeah.
working
I
on
actually
one
met
too
him for the
briefly.
first time.
Making an
At the
alphabet's
talk
not
last week.
at the talk last week. I'm sorry.
At the remember the stream last week?
No,
Well, you were watching it. You were taking.
I'm kidding. Yes, I remember.
I can't see your face
You can't. Why can't you see my face?
because I'm working at the same time.
Oh, right. Okay, makes sense. Why don't you just drop everything and focus on the stream, Matthew?
Me, it's all about me.
What about the stream last week?
Oh, I'd met Mason like right afterwards, and I didn't realize it was
No.
him. Just like, oh, that's why you're like really involved in this conversation. Okay.
Did he go to dinner with you guys?
No, he did not. I think it was
I-
partly because did we like really announce it that we were like, hey, come to eat with us or something.
I sort of shouted it out before everyone left, but then everyone's like, and just sort of shambled out like a zombie.
Your speech was really good, though. I had
Yeah.
a question.
I went back and listened to it to make sure I didn't sound like a complete idiot.
You didn't.
Don't worry about that too.
I had a
I
question.
didn't talk very much at all.
Sorry, you had a question?
Yeah, I was.
Oh yeah,
gonna
you're
ask-
at the
because
end
Matt,
of the.
No one was asking questions, so I was trying to get Matthew to ask a question. What's the hardest thing you've had to do in game design? I think. Shame on you, Matthew. That's a damn good question.
The hardest thing is usually getting programmers to do what you want them to do. That's my answer.
Kobe not listening?
I nearly panicked. Or I did panic inside.
I think Kobe would admit it.
Yeah. And the intern, what's his name? Aaron? Did I remember
Actually-
that
He
right?
loves us.
Aaron's very good at doing what you ask him. He's a worker. He gets stuff done.
Oh, I got his name right. That's good. Is he in the office today too?
Yep, he's right behind Baker.
I don't know if I think he sort of turned slightly.
Yeah. It's like, people are saying good things about me, kind of behind my back. Okay, that's fine.
They're
We're
probably-
saying it to the masses, to the millions.
We're bragging on you.
Yep, largest stream on Twitch right now. We're front page.
Were you joking? We aren't front page, are we?
Don't get your hopes up.
We were once. There was that one shining day that we were somehow on one person's front page.
I don't know if you're on the front page. I can't verify that. I can, but I'll have to go away from the chat, and I can't do that. Apparently, they're talking about C++ coding in the chat.
Was
You
there
guys
any
have fun
questions
with that?
also?
No questions.
Okay.
I mean, we can make questions. Do you want questions?
Nah.
What's the answer to life, the universe, and everything?
42.
Thank you. I'd have been very disappointed if you didn't answer that.
Yeah, and thanks for all the fish also.
And thanks for all the fish. Have you read those books, Baker?
What books?
Hitchhiker's
Yeah.
Guide to the Galaxy?
Good answer.
Oh, I haven't.
I think that answers our question. You would know.
Well, I also wasn't
Right.
listening.
Well, there's that too.
I'm getting
I see
really
how
bad
it
about
is.
not listening to people. Like I have been tuning lots of things out. Like I realize I'll be Okay, pro tip around the office: if my eyes completely glaze over, I probably started thinking about the next thing I have to do.
And you know why this just started, right, Baker?
Are you about to say because I got engaged?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm gonna say. You're about to get married.
That's not necessarily true, because Baker was telling me that, like, in high school, or not in high school, in college, whenever he would come to class, he'd like have these like crazy like bloodshot red eyes, because he'd be up all night like doing his projects, and then people would think he was like doing drugs or something.
Well, but I was more studious in college. Now I'm an old man. You know, like the grandpa who like takes his hearing aid out so he doesn't have to listen to people. Like that. I'm basically that guy now, except minus the hearing aids. It's just.
You just got a filter.
I just gave him a really face.
Oh, I can't. I can kind of see you. I think that's you in the corner there.
No, I don't think the camera's even looking. Yeah.
Nathan's back over there.
Oh, that's Nathan. Okay.
I don't have a beard.
I can't see.
He thought that you were Matthew, because I guess, well, we rearranged desks so Matthew is on. Matthew is this way, and right here this desk is empty today, and then Nathan's over there.
Mason asked if you procrastinated much.
In college, or?
Yeah, I think he's asking you that.
I mean, I've kind of, but it's like I always turned everything in on time, but I would procrastinate when I don't know. I'm sort of weird when it comes to procrastination. Because I think I procrastinate because I want to do everything so well that I'm like, oh, but it's going to be so hard to do it the way I want to do it.
I did the same thing.
Look at these overachievers.
Doesn't get stuff done though, does it?
No, but you're working your ass off for it. Are we allowed to curse on this stream? Is that something we can do?
Yeah, I mean to a degree. Like we probably have before. We'll try to keep it to a minimum. Keep it like PG-13 cursing. Just
making sure. Anything really important?
Titanic had boobs showing. Does this really count? PG-13? All the 80s movies.
Do you want boobs showing? That's against terms of service.
You said PG-13. I'm just saying.
You can't even stream with your shirt off.
I think I did accidentally in a Google search probably show some boobs at one point. Not that I was searching for boobs. I was just searching for mythological creatures, and the boobs happened. It was not my doing. But
I think it was because of it's one of those familiars. It was one of the first ones, right?
Yeah, I mean it was probably a siren or something. I mean it was like classical painting boobs, hopefully, but I'm sure something worse showed up at some point.
Probably. But these things are going to happen. If there's one thing we know about ancient history, there was a lot of boobs. If Game of Thrones teaches us anything about ancient history. And that's all.
Game of Thrones is like, well, I see. I'm sure he did tons of research, but he's pretty smart in making it appeal to a modern audience. So I'm pretty sure. Like, I kind of feel like Game of Thrones is like very, like modern day people put in a medieval world. Like the way people kind of perceive the world seems very contemporary to me.
Maybe the show, the book's a little less.
Well, I've only seen the first season of the show, but I've listened. I read like up to halfway through book 5, and now I'm re-listening to the audiobooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't read A Feast for Crows or A Dance with Dragons yet. I'm gonna be reading the series on my Saturday streams. So apparently that's a thing that people want.
Like reading out loud?
Yeah.
So you're basically doing audiobook performance?
I suppose so.
Actually, is that... I probably shouldn't ask. Is that legal?
Yeah, as long as I have a video game up in the background. And I do. I have Mountain. Mountain's good for that sort of thing. I've done it before. No one at Twitch.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it just suddenly occurred to me. I mean, you can have a play or something like that. Like I mean, I guess it's probably legal to like read. I mean, that would be like. I mean, you could recite like tell the story of a movie. Like that's not against. Like that's not copyright infringement.
Yeah.
But showing a movie on Twitch, I'm sure would be.
Do you want to act out Othello?
well, we're all very white.
We are. Last I checked. Does Othello need to be black though?
So can we do like, I mean, basically, if we take the the entirety of the stream and figure out, okay, so what would Othello be in this context? I mean, I think we'd have to do Weeaboo Othello. Or actually, I don't even remember. Is Othello the dude's name? Like, my literature knowledge
Yeah,
is so
Othello's
bad at
the
this
main
point.
character.
Okay.
And Jocasta, I think is his wife. Othello's one of my least favorite of Shakespeare's plays, but
I actually, well, I used to know this stuff for like Quiz Bowl in high school.
I did an entire year of English literature. And by English literature, I mean Canterbury Tales, Beowulf.
Gwen,
and...
do you want to come on the stream and talk to Visay about literature?
Who?
I'm a little behind, so like I just hear and then.
Oh yeah, I can. Well, we can put you through in Skype. Gwen is our somewhat new office manager. I mean, new as in like the last month or so.
She's kind of awesome.
She mostly makes sure people get paid. I think she has not played Delver's Drop yet, which I know is horrible.
Well, she should. Chat, let's not post pictures of boobs. I'm sure you're not. Pause RPG's posting pictures of boobies. Bird, I imagine.
So do you have Skype? Okay, she doesn't have Skype. Next week, guys.
Aaron hasn't
week.
been on the thing either. Like, eventually we have to make sure everyone's been on the stream at least once, right?
Yeah, they have to suffer through my awkwardness at least once. Yeah,
Actually,
Aaron,
you have to be part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Well, we could also put the room mic in here, but then we get lots of background noise. Like the AC kicks on and all you hear is, for the next 20 minutes.
Okay, that's not a picture of the bird boobies, but okay, I'm not disappointed. You're not wrong about that. Okay, that works.
So uncomfortable right now.
Why are you uncomfortable?
Why are we talking about bird boobs? And why do you keep saying boobies?
Because they're a type of bird. You never seen a bird called a booby? The blue-footed booby?
Oh yeah, those things. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
like, the last thing I was tuning into was when you were talking about boobs like a second ago, and now like it's like they all kind of like merged together, and I heard something about Shakespeare between that.
Shakespeare has boobs. Not the person, but the plays. I don't know. I'm just reading chat. That's what I'm
Does he?
here
Because
for.
I'm pretty sure all the women's roles were played by men.
Well,
You're
there's
talking. You're thinking Greek plays.
Greek plays. Yeah, that wasn't the case in Shakespeare's time. Victorian England. Mm-mm.
And the
Some-
Globe theater they totally had men playing women's roles.
Oh, I'm sure they did, but it wasn't always that way. There were female actors and actors. There were female actresses, for sure. But I'm sure there were also men who played ladies. Twelfth Night, though, that had a lady playing a dude. They reversed the script. My favorite of the Shakespeare plays. I'm just reading chat, man. That's what I'm here for. I just regurgitate what they're typing. My mind isn't in the gutter, Mason. I've no interest in them. All you, man. Across the pond, and now reside in the UK. I don't even know what that. It was like a picture of a boo, like a boo from Mario, but like a bee. So oh well, there you go. Now that I spoke it out, it
What?
makes sense. I completely. I will send you the.
Oh,
link
all right,
to
guys.
the
I think it's
picture.
time. It's time to get back to Scarabs.
Whoa,
With,
okay. Nope.
Splendor and Arcane and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We kind of yeah. So it looks good. I like that you're there. You go. There's the picture. Now I like how you are putting the symbol on the orb.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. So I mean, he's not very cute like the other ones. I mean, I think it kind of
he's
fits,
really cool.
but also doesn't seem super clockworky. So I need to figure something out here.
Well, I like how you
Um,
made the arms into gears. What are you laughing
Yeah.
about, Matthew?
Thanks, Gwen.
Her name is Gwen or Gwen?
Gwyn, Gwynne, is
Okay.
Gwyn. Yes. I don't know what's going on. So
Oh,
I
you'll
don't-
see it
I
in
don't-
Slack later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can have that loaded up. number of the lanterns. Yeah, amazing. That does look decidedly like the Green Lantern symbol.
What does the Green Lantern symbol look like?
Exactly what you drew.
Oh, that might be, well, I guess I should have realized this by now, or someone would have put. Oh no, it's got lines on top and bottom. That's the.
Oh
green
yeah,
one.
you're right. You're right.
Like, yeah, that's the Green Lantern symbol. So yes, it is very similar. I mean, I probably would have just rolled with it anyway, but whatever.
DC isn't litigious. They won't see.
I mean, the
You lost your audio there, Baker.
of the sun. Did I cut out
There
for a
you
second?
go, Matt. Yeah, you did.
Okay. I've got my headset plugged in. Let me make sure. I think it ought to be okay. This is I got my headsets fixed and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, Merc, Orb of the Sun floating on top of it. So that's in the lore of the game. That is the reason that is the way it is. Okay, so I think I should probably add some color to this dude and figure this out.
That makes sense, though. I like that reason for the symbol. Your audio cut out again.
Mine.
Mm-hmm. It's fading in and out.
Weird. How's the music doing? Is the music still going through?
I can't hear the music.
Oh, really? Oh, because you're on Skype, right?
Yeah.
Did we ever? Does the stream sound okay to everyone on the stream? I assume someone would have said something if it did not, or I guess, guys, if you can't hear the music, let us know.
Hey Gwen, does the stream sound okay? Does the stream sound okay? Yeah.
Yeah, your stream is good. It's good.
Okay.
Can you hear the music?
Yeah, you do cut out every once, like, once randomly, but
What's that?
you did cut out once randomly.
Yeah, I think my headset lost connection for a second because it's wireless, so sometimes it just kind of fritzes out, but it usually comes right back.
I like that coloring.
Yeah, it's well, this makes me wonder. This should probably be primarily Splendor and secondarily Arcane, so I'm going to move it in the chart. We had the oh, this is getting all mixed up. So we had the Maneki Neko as Splendor and Arcane back when Arcane was pink, but maybe we make it something else.
Splendor Howl. Just flip it.
Yeah. Although, like, since the Maneki Neko is, I mean, I guess Howl makes sense. Like, it's a cat. I mean, that's fine. But it was, what did we say it was going to do? Like, drop coins or something with coins. But I think as long as it's like Splendor, like primarily Splendor based, like the secondary element doesn't have to make, 100% just like super logical sense. Yeah, I mean, Pokemon definitely don't always make sense.
I knew you were gonna say that, yeah.
What do you
I still don't understand, like, why Dragon, like, why Fairy beats Dragon, like,
Well, because something had to beat Dragon, right? I mean,
right,
that's
like,
that
is exactly why they did that.
It's
they were trying to balance the typings.
Yeah.
But, like, logically, I don't understand it. Or not logically, like, from a lower standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, well, at a certain point, like, I think you have to sacrifice lore for gameplay, or sacrifice maybe even logic for gameplay, because I mean, most like board and card games definitely go outside of logic. Like, they kind of, something like, well, Agricola or like whatever it is kind of starts with logic, but then so at some point they had to balance something, and they're like, well, bricks make log cabins, or like whatever they have to do to make the game work.
I'm still lost on you guys thinking that Pokemon doesn't make sense.
Well, I think we were just saying, like, some of the affinities don't make sense, or some of the, like, Pokemon are this type and that type, and it doesn't quite make sense. I mean, usually the type, like, well, okay, so, like, what type is Mr. Mime? Do you guys know off the top of your head?
Psychic.
He's Psychic
Okay.
Fairy.
Oh, he's fairy now too?
I'm pretty sure they put him on fairy.
Of course he is.
I think we just had like 5 people leave the stream. Just
You're terrible.
Just because you said Meister Mime, like, could you... Different
Yeah,
example?
He's
I
like-
mean, this is like I don't even really know my Pokemon. Like I played the first one a bit.
I've played all of them except Generation 3. Because I'm a big nerd.
People have said that the third generation is probably like the best one.
Yeah, that's what I hear, but
That's what my sister played, and then like I just played 1 and 2, and then like a little bit of the most recent one.
I haven't finished X and Y, but I really like it. It's been a lot of fun. I like the fairy type. I've been leveling that one up when I'm not doing other stuff. Now, you know, I'm always at my computer, so it's like, do I want to sit at the computer or do I want to play Pokemon on my 3DS? Oh, here, look, computer, internet, doing stuff. So it's just, you know, I have it for travel. When I bought it for X Trip, so I wasn't bored in the hotel room when
Yeah.
the thing wasn't going on. Why don't they have that 24 hours?
because it would kill the people running the booths. Like
Yeah.
they would have to have ambulances just waiting outside to take the dead bodies.
God, after 8 hours, I was wiped out. Couldn't imagine doing that for a full day.
So funny thing, whenever we went to PAX, I just gotten my like 2DS, which I don't have anymore. I actually gave it to my sister so she could play X and Y and Ruby and Sapphire, whatever. Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire.
Mhm.
The half the time we were on the airplane, like Kobe was like playing with my Game Boy, like just like he had to play with it and like see all the mechanics and just like figure out how it worked with like, because I had what's the newest Zelda game on the
Link Between Worlds.
yeah, so he like had to figure out like all the mechanics and stuff. But I understood what he was doing because he was like sort of like researching. But I'm just like, I am on an airplane with a screaming child. Can I please?
Please give me my escape back for the love of yeah. Mason asks a question. What do you guys feel about Bethesda having their own conference at E3?
Well, a lot of people have conferences, right? I mean, I guess maybe I don't know what the particular news item is.
I don't know. I don't really follow E3. It's too insider for me. I believe Paz is going to E3 though. She can correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I saw that on her Twitter feed.
Yeah, I guess I would just need to know more information.
I don't have any thoughts on it. I mean, Bethesda's a large video game producer, I suppose. So why wouldn't they have their own conference? That doesn't seem strange to me. Yep, Paz will be working a booth at E3. That's what I thought.
So I think this is looking somewhat mechanical. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, it looks really good. I like the black for the inside of the wing that you had for like a split second. I don't know if that was intentional.
It was sort of accidental, but I could do that and darken it.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it needs rivets or something.
Apparently, rivets would be good on like the thorax you
Yeah.
have on. Apparently, this is the first year that Bethesda's having a conference, and more third parties are having conferences. I don't see why. I don't see why it's a strange thing that Bethesda would have a conference. Likely because Nintendo isn't having one, and both Sony and Microsoft are making theirs more community-oriented. But I don't see what the is there a controversy? I mean,
There's a
is
controversy about everything, so probably yes.
Everyone's butt hurt.
I don't understand why that would be. I don't understand why that'd be a controversy. Can someone like square that circle for me? Like, why exactly is Bethesda having a conference such a bad thing?
How do you guys feel about doing the lawn flamingo next?
I want to do the lawn flamingo next.
Can you please find a mythological flamingo for me? So I'm gonna actually let's make it. Should we make it thrive and then howl, or opposite howl? Probably howl and then thrive.
Either
maybe?
one works, but the mythological Flamingo is the lawn ornament. It's part of Americana. It's new mythology. That's what I thought about.
Although, okay, so here's another problem. So the Siren, I really like her colors, but she was supposed to be Howl. So if we're switching Howl to pink, then that's a problem too. I mean, I guess she'd probably still work with the pink. That might be okay. We've got a lot that are Howl though. I think it's easy to kind of fall into Howl for these because they're animals. Yeah, it's just kind of the go-to. Like, I don't know what the other. Oh, that's kind of cool. I actually kind of like that look.
I'm catching up on the changes, I think. And chat's still talking about E3 with coverage. E3 became infested with GameStop employees, apparently.
Aww.
Oh yeah, I like that with pink. It's really cool. I think that actually works better. More feminine, which is the idea. Some jerk stole 2 of our stamps and a stack of cards and was just stamping them.
Sorry, what are you talking about?
This is what Paz is saying about E3.
Oh.
Last year we ran a stamp game for our plushies, which are collectible, and someone stole the stamps and were stamping their cards, so I guess they could win free plushies. People are gonna be assholes, no matter where you go. It's pretty much a rule of thumb. Didn't someone steal Kobe's phone?
Oh no, that was Burrell's phone.
Oh, okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
that's
there.
right. Yeah.
So
Totally forgot
yeah,
about that.
I have useless memory. It's like a vault. Things go in and they never ever come out. Yeah, what a not nice person. Yeah, I hope you found the person and did horrible things to them. First of all, take their plushies because no one should have plushies that they don't deserve. I don't know why saying that makes me uncomfortable. Now you've got me doing it, Matthew. It's all your fault. Blaming this on you.
I still
Yeah.
don't understand where we're going with this.
I don't. We're going. Hey, there's a Baker's drawn a flamingo. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some GameStop employees that are genuinely there to learn, and some media who are there to just pick up swag over a life thing the show is great. I don't know. I can't get with the hype train. People show trailers and just like, okay, it's a trailer. It doesn't mean anything. As if I can play the game, that's one thing. But people, I don't know if you guys saw Uncharted 3 or Just Cause 3 just had a trailer release, or maybe the entire game release. I saw that on Steam, and people were freaking out over it on Twitter. Just like, it looks cool, but does the game play well? Assassin's Creed Unity looked cool, right? I'm not crazy.
I haven't played the newest Assassin's Creed.
Unity is a buggy mess.
Yeah, I did hear that. And what you were saying, Just Cause, because I haven't played those either. So.
I haven't either. But apparently they're a fun series.
Yeah, I think it was it Just Cause 2? Like everyone kind of went crazy over like riding on an airplane by just like standing on the wing and having the airplane take off or whatever. I think that was Just Cause. So
Something with grappling hooks and stuff. Not really my style of game. I know people really like it though. It's just a really fun, goofy time. Novas Unity never looked cool. There was a massive hype train for Unity, like there is for every AAA game nowadays.
Didn't it have that the cover of what's the song? Tears for Fears.
Probably.
What's her name? Lord, because she had they had her cover of it as part of the preview for it, and it was just like really like intense and everything like that. No one remembers this?
No.
I actively avoid anything to do with Lord.
Well,
I'm sorry. Music, man, it's serious business. All I know is Jethro Tull was the music that they used for Dark Souls 2 trailer. That was really cool. They used Locomotive's breath. But I didn't see the Assassin's Creed Union trailer, so I can't verify if they had Lord do a cover of Tears for Fears or not.
I have to defend this also. Like, well, myself, I have not played Assassin's Creed like since the first game, just because like it was way too repetitious for me to even like keep myself interested in.
And yet you like Final Fantasy games?
We don't need to talk about that. I made some mistakes in my life. And I just want to live with them.
We all make mistakes, Matthew. It'll be okay.
Mine was 13.
Like the entire year, or just the number?
No, I like the game 13, like a Final Fantasy 13. Like
Oh, that was your mistake.
That was my mistake.
I stopped playing at 12.
So, you played the demo of the newest one, yes?
No, I have not, but like I actually really want to because it's gorgeous.
Yeah, but
Except it looks like it's button mashy. It's a little bit.
So, okay, but I can't get past this part. It's so I know I'm a jerk, but
Boy band, right?
yeah, it's okay. So it's a boy band riding around in their Camaro or whatever, killing dinosaurs with like giant shiny plastic weapons.
Ladies, you wouldn't be complaining.
I think I would just be confused. I would be like, give me some He-Man. I can understand that.
What you said sounds exactly like something that would have happened in He-Man. I don't see the problem.
He-Man didn't have boy bands. It had real men fighting skeleton men.
What do you mean, real men? What does that mean?
They were badasses.
Yeah, so a pretty boy can't be a badass? Is that what you're saying, Baker? I see. I understand now.
He-Man was a pretty boy though, so I don't.
He was. He
Oh,
was.
where-
Well, he was originally Conan.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, he
He-Man
was.
was originally a Conan cartoon.
Yeah.
Until they probably realized that, wow, Conan probably has way too much blood, sex, and nudity for kids, so we need to change this into something different.
So they gave him a pink vest.
See, I always forget that he as what is it, Prince Adam?
Prince Adam.
He has a like I forget that there's that whole side to it. I still don't know if I understand it still.
A
Like his
sleeveless
convoluted
pink vest.
his convoluted family tree, and does he have a sister or he's got a sister and a mom but it doesn't make any sense.
Or
That's what I've always been confused about. Is She-Ra the sister or the love interest? And there's someone else that's the other one. I don't even know.
The love interest is Man-at-Arms' daughter.
I didn't see, like, we get into family trees. I was just like, I was too young for that stuff.
Yeah, She-Ra is the brother of He-Man.
Sister.
Yes. What did I say? Brother? Yeah. They're
the she
twins.
brother of the he woman.
They're the two of them. They're twins.
2015 guys, change.
Change. You can believe. But yes, no. She-Ra was not the love interest. That was I can't for the life of me remember her name. Started with an E, I'm pretty sure.
Film lady.
Anybody in the comments?
She used the staff. That's all I remember.
Okay.
I don't know. I always liked Orko. That's Tila. His daughter's name is Tila.
Oh, I knew there was. I think Tila sounds familiar, but I didn't know that was the daughter of anyone in particular.
Doom says that the flamingo needs glasses. I don't know why, but
Like
apparently-
sunglasses?
Sunglasses would be pretty cool.
I mean, it seems, even though I'm trying to make it look like it could be a living being, it still feels fairly anachronistic, or however you'd want to term that.
We have a giant spinning death weasel. I don't think it'll be a problem. I mean, unless it is, I suppose. I think it looks really good. But maybe make it look like it's made out of pink grass. I don't know. Like the suggestion I put on for Thrive was topiary. I don't know how well that would translate to such a small.
Sorry, what for Thrive and what element?
Oh, you asked to do like themes for the elements.
Oh, this
Theme-
would be
theme for-
primarily Howl, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I put anything on for Howl.
Well, Howl
I-
would probably just be animals
Mm-hmm.
for the general theme.
Paws apparently has a Kingdom Hearts tattoo. None of you guys have tattoos, right?
I don't have a tattoo. I'm gonna get like I'm probably gonna make mine, but it's gonna be just like a monogram or something.
Please do it yourself too.
Oh, that's what I'm planning on.
I had a roommate that gave herself a tattoo. She used a guitar string
Oh my god.
and and ink from a pen that she was allergic to, so she had an allergic reaction.
Oh, ouch.
So they had to cut it out of her skin.
Man, natural selection's amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's wonderful. I'm a big fan. And that's all. I walked. It was the one that I was living in before I moved down here. And we had a common room, and we all had our own little sub apartment. I walk out into the common room, and she and I don't know if it was her boyfriend, some dude. They were sitting there, and I just see her wincing. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine," but obvious distress in her voice. So I round the bend to get into the kitchen, and her leg is just laid out, and he's just jabbing her with the guitar string. And I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm getting a tattoo. I drew it myself." It was not a very good drawing. It was the American flag, and she forgot a lot of stars. I have a lot of tabs, about half are video game related. That's pretty cool, Pause.
So guys, if natural selection got all of us, how would it? What would be its in? What would be its tactic?
Let me see. I need to take a Facebook quiz for this.
Deep fried food. That it's already getting me, so I can't.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
escape it. I'm a slave to its rhythm.
Well, I was thinking more like I don't know, cougars or something. Cougars are supposed to be coming back to Missouri.
Oh, you're saying
So
if
I don't know. Whatever you think.
if we weren't self-engineering our own destruction, what would get us right? Yeah, I'd imagine a big cat would probably be it. I'm despite being overweight, I'm still pretty quick. I don't know if I could outrun a cougar though.
Well, forgive me if this is insulting, but you also do have somewhat short legs. You are a shorter person than I am.
I'm a shorter person than most people, Baker. What are you trying to say?
Well, I have short legs with comparison to with respect to my overall height, and therefore I can't run that fast. So I'm just saying that, I mean, between the two of us, I think I would survive the cougar.
I don't have to survive the cougar. I just have to get it so that you don't survive the cougar.
So you would trip me? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'd give myself up.
What's that? There's a phrase I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'd jump in the way and let it maul me so you could get away.
Oh, I know you're probably serious, which is very sweet, but don't say that.
I am serious.
We would stand and fight the bear together till the end.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, if you don't stand and fight, then it's gonna eat you from the back. I'd rather face my death head on. This is becoming a very morbid.
Death by being bit by a bear in the ass. That's not the way you want to go.
No, this is becoming a very morbid stream. As you're drawing a pink flamingo,
You killed the bear,
you would be a
problem.
hero.
Well, the next problem is do you have a big enough refrigerator to store all the meat? I mean,
Apparently, bear
what do you
tastes.
think these things through?
Apparently, bear tastes really good.
I heard it's super gamey though.
I could only imagine. Most people don't eat predators. For good reason.
I think the term gamey just means not full of fat, because we're used to eating things that we fattened up. So I don't know.
Cajun ATX says make sure we bring a picnic basket. Do you get that joke, Matthew? I know you're young.
No response.
No response. Yogi Bear.
Oh, I didn't like Yogi Bear even as a kid.
Not a fan of the Hanna-Barbera cartoons?
No, I've already went over this. I fucking hated Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
I don't know if anyone our age did. I feel like that was like the late 70s or something. What did you like?
I was with them. I got it. Pick a name.
Oh, yeah, but now we're saying, did anyone actually like Hanna-Barbera cartoons?
I did.
You watched Boomerang?
Boomerang, yeah, so I watched all those.
Oh, so but you watched them like the second time around.
What are other?
So Gwen's asking, I don't know if anyone can hear, but what are the other Hanna-Barbera cartoons? Because I can't think. I mean, did they do Jetsons too?
Yeah, Jetsons was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. The Flintstones was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
I mean, I actually hated the Flintstones. I think, like, I would watch it if it was just on, but I didn't like it.
Snagglepuss was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Oh jeez, please never say that word again.
That's disgusting.
It's a character!
Just no.
Okay, fine. Wally Gator was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Just
Who came up with that name?
the 70s came up with that name. They used to eat Jello molds with ham in the 70s. They never had a problem with naming things. No, those were dark times, Matthew. Dark times. Everyone was on drugs. It was the summer of love. That was the 60s, but it rolled into the 70s. The 80s was just a horrible, horrible acid flashback, and then we got the 90s.
So what were the
is
90s?
So did anyone else in the
So
office
bring
hear
up-
what this show was just now? Yeah, okay, good.
See, David knows.
Oh,
I'm not alone. Yep, quick drop.
No,
and
do
draw.
not Google search that. Do not Google search Snagglepuss.
And now you're saying it.
Oh my god.
Yep, Magilla Gorilla. That was another hit. See, chat knows. Chat's with me. Hanna-Barbera cartoons, man. Childhood. You can't do anything about it. And Speed Buggy.
So here's, how about we go to a happier subject? How about the banana splits? Yeah?
Google search that one too.
That one's actually pretty cool.
What are the banana splits?
Oh, it's like this like really old like 70s. I think it's the 70s. Like, you know, we have Sesame Street, like where they had like the banana splits and what's the other one? But the kid, he's on the boat. He like floats away to this island that he like hangs out at, and like there's all these like fuzzy creatures there. I don't remember what it's called though.
Are you talking about Where the Wild Things Are?
No, but actually I never thought of it. I wonder if they're influenced by that.
I have no idea.
Guys, I feel like I spent a lot of time just now making the lamest possible familiar.
But that was the idea behind it, Baker.
Nice drawing of a flamingo.
It's supposed to be lame. It's a pink flamingo. It's a lawn ornament flamingo.
Very iconic part of a flamingo, though.
What's that?
The bent leg.
Oh well, the lawn ones just they just have straight legs, right?
So what?
The lawn ornaments they have just two straight legs.
Well, they have a metal rod that stands in for the leg.
Or no, they're just on a single.
Well, the Google search I had was all just like two legs.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, see.
I've never seen a pink lawn flamingo like in real life, so I have no idea.
My mom and her crazy sisters, she has 4 of them. Their names all start with a P. Okay, this is actually just scary right here. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a chandelier made of pink flamingos, but it looks like a Cthulhu Pepto-Bismol octopus.
A Cthulhu.
I've seen
yeah,
enough anime to know where this is going.
and it's nowhere good. That's a cool piece of art though. That's interesting.
Rolls around that the other day.
Here we've got 2 people dressed up as a flamingo and a gnome. 2 things that we have in our familiars list. I'll say that they were cosplaying. No,
Yep,
I mean
that's definitely that's David the gnome. That's not just any gnome. That's a special gnome. Did you guys watch that show?
no. I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of TV.
Matthew?
Nope. I can't.
I wasn't
even
gonna
say what's going on.
waste my time on a show called David the Gnome when I could watch freaking Darkwing Duck.
Truth.
Fair. That's a fair statement you just said.
Okay, so what's next, guys? I think we've got one more, and then I probably need to keep it on the shorter side today.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already 4. Let me get to the list. What would you like to draw, Baker?
I don't know. I'm tired.
You have had a long week, Baker. A very long week, but you'll be moved into your new house soon, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, I moved there, but it's full of boxes.
It's the way things go, unfortunately. That's in Elements 3, yeah. I'd find it. What's an element we haven't done yet? Merc? We haven't done Merc?
Yeah, we did a bunch that were ice and various things. We did a bunch of Howl.
We haven't done any Spoil.
Yeah. So what's the Yamada no Orochi?
That is basically like a Hydra. It's a Japanese myth. Large dragon snake creature with multiple heads, 8 heads, 7 heads.
And I think we want all of these things to seem very, well, very like fungusy, swampy. I mean, I think this stuff could, like, we could make this pretty swampy.
Did you play Okami,
No, I have not.
Matthew?
No.
What is this?
I know it is. I just haven't actually played it.
You both should take time to play that game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on the list.
Yeah,
the list of shame or whatever.
Ever growing list. Doom says sloth machine.
Sloth machine, like a slot machine.
Like a slot machine, but a sloth. I can only.
Guys, we're going way off the mythology theme here. I'm pretty sure there weren't any sloth machines in mythology.
Pretty sure there is no sloth in mythology in general. The sloth doesn't lend itself to the mythos.
So there was something I came up with. It's called, like, it translates to filth liquor. Was this thing that I had found?
Yeah,
Here we
the
go.
one that you stuff in the
Akaname.
bathroom.
Yeah, that's the
So-
one that Matthew raised. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I just thought it was crazy and gross looking, so I was like, this is perfect.
Okay.
That's an Akaname.
Yeah, let's do that.
There's a Doom Donkey of Burden.
It's gonna be Muddle and Spoil.
So it's
So
gonna be like- It's gonna be like Dingle from The Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Nope, no poops.
No poop. PG-13, right? Is poop not PG-13?
I don't know. By the way, I just posted a link into the chat for the
Oh, for the ukulele.
ukulele, which, by the way, they are at 926,000. So they're like getting really close to the 1 million mark, which means that they'll do the day 1 release of all the systems and platforms. So we're like, if you like, please, people, just like back it, please.
My thing says they're at 601,000.
Refresh.
I did. Now I did. It was 600 before. It's growing very rapidly on each refresh.
Yeah, because it says 927 now. So it's already even 1,000 since. Yeah, that's crazy. 46 days to go.
Yeah. Are you sure you sent me the right link?
I just posted on the chat.
Yeah, because I'm seeing that they haven't reached 665,000. They're still on a 2 to 4 player local multiplayer verse mode with 4 unique games. I have no idea why I'm not getting the same page that you are.
No, are you looking at their actual like
Yeah, I'm
stretch
50
goals? Because I'm just
Yeah.
looking at the money that they've raised.
Yeah, so am I. It says 601,659.
think yours is glitching or something because it's
It mu- it
928
mu-
now.
It must be. It's still going up. I see 15,922 backers. It must be glitching. I have
Yeah.
no idea why it wouldn't be that way. I'll definitely get this though if it comes. I imagine it's coming to Steam.
Yeah, it says it's coming for Steam, and it's also going to be on Wii U, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
If they get to the million mark.
Yeah, which I'm seeing as how it's like 46 days to go, and the 1 million was that like first goal. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna get at least like I don't know, at least 1.5 million or even 2.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make new stretch goals.
Yeah.
Doom asks, what's metal and spoil?
Metal
Fremen
and what would be like fungus plus metal, or the grave, or I mean probably some kind of like tombstone type thing with fungus coming out.
Wouldn't it be rust?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, rust is, I would say, a bit more of a I mean, it can all be kind of vague, but like rust would be a little more of a metal thing. We were saying spoil, right? Not metal.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
But I mean, I guess we've gone back and forth about whether spoil is poison or just corruption in general. I think I'm trending more and more toward like, you know, the poison and fungus and kind of like cancerous mutation. And anything that's just like, you know, turning into just like goo or corroding and just like turning to crap, basically, that would be a muddle thing, which is, you know, muddle's sort of the fallout of spoil or murk, destroying things or, you know, other destructive forces. So like fire ravaging a, you know, forest kind of leaves ash, which is a muddle thing. So like muddle is this like a remnant or byproduct. So that's why I would think rust would be a muddle type thing.
Makes sense. Looking at this Kickstarter, I definitely see a lot of the old rare trappings, Matthew.
Yep. I absolutely hate the character, the bat thing, but I guess it's growing on me.
Why do you hate the bat?
The nose is just dumb.
Yeah, it's kind of big, like bigger.
I mean, I guess that's their joke, but it's just ever so slightly too big.
Yeah, gecko, or I guess that's the chameleon.
Yuka.
That's the character name, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Kind of disappointed that they're going with the Banjo-Kazooie kind of thing with the name, though. But I suppose it's supposed to be invocative.
It's definitely supposed to be like the whole, even the design of like the logo and like their choice of their typeface is exactly the same as Banjo-Kazooie. So
yeah,
it's very much intentional.
Yeah, definitely. That is pretty cool. The buddy duo platformer, they call it.
Yeah.
There was another game that just I think it's still in early access. The Last Tinker, I believe, is its name. It's very rare-ish.
The
I think
Last Tinker?
The Last Tinker, I'm pretty sure, is the name. Pretty sure. Something like the War of the Colors or something. Yep, The Last Tinker. City of Colors. It is and made in Unity, apparently. But it is definitely a Rare-inspired game. Inspired by Banjo-Kazooie and, I guess, Tooie. I never played the second one, but I played the first one a lot.
Oh, 2 was great too.
Yeah, N64 is where I really started doing video games. Before that, I just kind of read a lot. One of my favorite games is still Quest 64.
Are you
What?
joking?
What?
No, I'm not joking.
What?
Okay, can you defend that? I mean, I've never
Please.
played it, so.
Wow, I didn't expect such a visceral reaction.
But I thought everyone hated it. I thought. I mean, I guess
Well, it's
my
cool to hate it, right?
It's cool
Why
to
did-
it's cool to know what it is, as you know, kind of like, oh, like I know about this obscure horrible game. I guess, like, you know, it's basically, I feel like it's an American Kusoge, you know, that everyone complains about.
Pause RPG says it's a rad game. I'll have a friend next week. That's all I know. You guys are.
All right, let's dogpile on Basay while we have the chance.
I liked the game. It wasn't a great game. It wasn't a like 10 out of 10.
Well, I mean, sell it to me. Like, I've never played it, don't
Well,
know
you're
much
like-
about it. Like,
You're like defending it like the way someone who's like only played Glover is gonna defend it, like Super Mario 64. Which, if anyone even knows what Glover is, shame on you. You shouldn't have made the same mistake I made.
I know what it is because being from a small town with nothing to do, like, I would go with my mom to, you know, Walmart or whatever for her to do her shopping, and just like stand in the video game aisle and look at magazines, and so I saw so many advertisements for Glover.
Yeah, I never played Glover.
I didn't play it.
Pause says, I mean, if you owned an N64, you were desperate for a JRPG.
That's true. It's so true.
I didn't have a PS2, or I guess at that point a PS1. And see, and Pause is saying everything I'm saying. Quest 64 wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. It was solidly mediocre, and it was solidly mediocre.
That's a depressing thing to call a game. Solidly mediocre.
How many great
Critics
games
have said it's solidly mediocre.
How many games have you played in your entire life, Matthew? And Baker?
What? What kind
How
of
many
question is that?
It's a question. Answer the question. How many video games have you played in your entire life?
Jesus, I have no idea.
Quantify it. Just put a number. Less than, more than.
Less than 1,000, more than 100.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
That's a pretty wide range, but that's fine.
Gwen just said 4 in the background. So Gwen, what's your list before we move on here? I'll repeat
what 4 games have you played?
What are your 4 games?
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart? Which one? We said Super Nintendo? We had this conversation before.
I think so.
She thinks it was Super Nintendo.
All I
So
remember from that was.
oh, here, come here and just you can have the headset for a moment. So
Yeah,
why
get
don't you
Gwen
come
on.
on this side so everyone can see that you exist? So everyone say hi to Gwen.
I'll wait till she gets the headset on.
Okay, hello friends. How are you?
How are you, Gwen?
Oh, I'm great.
I'm Vaze.
Excuse me?
You can call me Kyle.
Kyle, hello. So
my internet moniker is Vaze.
Ooh, how vase of you.
Yes.
That sounded really fancy.
So I remember being in a basement in about 2000.
No story.
Yeah, right.
Good.
So it was probably like 2003 or 4, and I played about 5 minutes of Mario Kart, and everybody just kept screaming, "We've got a leaner here," and that didn't give me a lot of like gumption to move on. And everyone was so ready to get back to their game anyway. And I also believe I've played Mortal Kombat. Is that a game?
That is a game.
All right.
Which Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
There are 10 of them.
Well, I don't know that. I know that I fought a lot.
It's a fighting game.
Yeah, cool. Then yeah, you and I know. We've got
Yeah,
this.
we're totally on board, man.
We're really in sync.
Terrible. This is terrible. That's 2 games.
It's 2. I'm actually at a blank. I might have lied.
So you've played 2 video games.
I played 2 video games, and yeah, I work at this company, so.
And how did that transpire?
I'm a charming young lady.
Sure. I'll grant you that.
I have nothing else to say on this subject, though, so I'm going to give you back to Baker.
If you think of the
Okay,
other two, let us
so
know.
she's played 2 video games. She won't be able to answer this, but you and Baker will be able to answer this. So, and Paul says between 100, 1,500 and 2,000 video games. Pause has played
Yeah.
almost 2,000 video games. Which is
See
a
the
lot
nice
of video games.
see the nice thing is Paz gets paid or has in the past been paid to play games, whereas I am paid to make them and don't have time to play them, which is an unfortunate circumstance for me. So Paz, if there is ever a job to be had where I can forget this whole mess and just sit back and play games and maybe write some really poor review, I'm your man.
Okay, so here's the question. Of the 600 games you guys have played, how many of them have been great?
See, I've always been really choosy. Well, apparently not, since I just said
You've
clever.
played 600 video games. You haven't been choosy.
That's true. You're right. How many of them were good?
How many of them were great?
Matt's
Great.
trying to evade the question.
Probably 50.
So 50 out of 600 video games have been great.
Yeah, so I'm not very choosy. I'm
So
pretty bad.
So basically, you're still trying to prove that most of the games we play are solidly mediocre. That's where this is going, right?
that is exactly where it's going. And further, I bet that you guys have some games that are solidly mediocre that you guys like that everyone else doesn't.
I've definitely have some that I've made that are solidly mediocre.
You've never made anything but masterpieces, Baker. And
Oh, you have not played the DS games I used to work on.
No.
I mean, it wasn't a sole project, and was not our original vision or anything like that. But
And I'm not gonna play them so that I can keep on believing that you've never made anything but a masterpiece.
okay.
I feel like solidly mediocre is a bit misleading, because if you're talking about like different aspects of the game, like if we're talking about like a 1 to 10 scale or something, I don't know. I mean, I know I've played a lot of 7s and a lot of 8s and only a few 10s. So like
Yeah.
I don't know how you would even like quantify like what you would consider good, because it's not going to be the same thing. Like I'm not going to have the same like taste as like anyone else, I don't think. So
Right. That's the nature of the medium, though, right?
In my heart, I want all Mega Man games to be 10, so that's like 50 games right there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not serious.
That's
Matt just
Not-
gave me the most like pathetic blank-eyed stare that I've ever seen on a human being's face.
Matthew is really good at that stare. I've seen that stare. Matthew's got it.
By the way, guys, I don't know if anyone's even watching the stream or just listening to us ramble, but I made like the creepiest looking Sesame Street character ever, probably
you
because you guys
didn't
were.
think about that.
Probably
That's your
because
Muppet style.
yeah, I kind of started channeling it. I mean, you guys mentioned Sesame Street. I don't know if that was like coincidence or if you guys saw me drawing this or kind of how we ended up there, but I think it's a good choice.
It's scary as shit. I like it.
I like it a lot. I like the Muppet thing. Doom asks, though, is the overlapping with the cat the barrel? Is that overlapping too much with the cat? I don't think it is. I like the...
So.
Well, I'm trying to give them all something that they're, well, some reason for them not to have legs, like some reason for them to float around or whatever.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily think a couple of them kind of having like barrels or things like that, that's too bad. It looks nothing like the cat. I actually think it's the best one you've done so far.
Yeah, I feel like some of these are pretty weak compared to this one.
That you've definitely raised the bar on this one, and I like the 3 that you've done today. They're all really.
You
solid.
like the what?
I like the 3 that you've done today. They're all really solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe I'm just kind of hitting my stride with these. Like it's a little easier to put one together after having done so many. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like they actually feel like better drawings for some reason. I don't know why that is either.
There
Anyway.
are some that I think aren't to the same quality, but the fish, the Akaname, the scarab, and the Wendigo, I think are all really solid. They're all exactly, I think, where they should be.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you put the Wendigo in.
Me too.
the ones that I feel like are kind of the odd ones out right now are this one. I think it's partly because just the black hair looks really flat. Like she needs more color. But I mean, I haven't done a second pass. Like I guess, well, this guy did like a little bit of subtle color. You know, this one has a little bit of subtle, not really even highlights, but a little more subtlety in the color. Where like she looks just really flat. So I could probably beef her up just through highlights and stuff. But
Quadi likes our
I'm
exploding
pretty.
trout.
I feel like something about the Kamaitachi is a little weak, but it's
Yeah.
probably, I think it's just a proportion thing, like it needs to be a little bigger, or the head needs to be bigger, or something like that, just to give it a little more weight, or it needs but it also needs a little bit of something for personality, so, I mean, maybe if I give it, like, snaggle teeth,
Oh, okay.
and give it a little bit of a snout, like, kind of a little, like, maniacal grin.
So I have to ask you a question. So like the tongue, like I'm like fascinated by like this weird like biology of it. Is it like what does that do? Are those just like
For what?
for the newest one?
It licks poo.
Okay.
So it's infected. It's got bumps of infection,
Ooh.
right? Yeah. Well, don't lick poo. PSA,
Right.
everybody. Words to live by.
Oh,
It's-
it's cute.
It is really cute.
This one that I'm the Kamaitachi.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm trying
I
to
like-
make it like a little more mean looking.
Is it like a? Oh, it's a weasel. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Kamitachi's sickle weasel.
Yeah.
I like the teeth.
I can't really get away
I
from.
kind of thought it was a sloth at first, but yeah, I can see
So
that.
so did Quadi. He just said that. Totally looked like a two-toed sloth to me.
Yeah.
Can we unpack something that you both kind of brought up? This is something that Baker and I have
Back away.
Thanks, Matthew.
Wait, what? So what's the question?
So you and I, Baker, we were discussing RPGs the last. I don't know. It was the last time we spoke in length, but you and Matthew kind of raised it with the new Final Fantasy game, where Final Fantasy is not really a true RPG anymore. They've slowly started to become action adventure games.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monster Hunter ruined Japan for any game except action RPG-ish things.
So I guess I mean, what exactly are you like alluding to?
I just thought I'd get your guys' opinions on that, since you guys brought up Final Fantasy.
Well,
the demo 15.
my feeling is like that they made it sound like it was going to be a little bit closer to what Kingdom Hearts was, which I actually really like. Like I know it's really button mashing, but I actually kind of enjoy the fast pacedness of it. And they made it sound like they were going to sort of do that, but then like when I saw the demo episode Dusk Sky or something like that, like it's not what I thought it was going to be. It looks okay, but it's almost, it feels like it's dumbed down in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's like Kingdom Hearts but slower and also dumber.
Can you quantify that in a way? Like why is it dumbed down? What makes it dumbed down?
The increased influence from 90s boy bands.
No.
Well, Baker's apparent dislike of boy bands aside, I'm sure Baker had not Boys to Men. What was oh crap.
No,
Wait,
and
but
this
you can't
explains
put
why-
my name in the sentence in the same sentence with something like that, okay? Like
This
we're
also
just
explains why
Alright, shutting down the
no-
stream, guys. Just punching the button right now.
This also explains why he didn't know that it's gonna be May joke. Because that's insane.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that is insane.
I could not really care less.
anyways, so back on subject. So the question is, like, how do I quantify that?
Yeah, what makes it dumber? What makes it slower? What did they do differently from Kingdom Hearts, in your opinion, that made it slower and dumber?
And maybe I'm just making a bad comparison. Like, it's not necessarily like dumber or like less complicated. It's complicated in its own right. It's just that I liked being able to like move around really fast and sort of like jolt across like the stage of like where you're fighting, like in Kingdom Hearts, whereas in 15 it's sort of like slow paced, I guess, and maybe it's just that it makes me like bored, like the way they paced it. I don't know, and maybe it's something I just have to get used to. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Baker, they're saying that you were in a beard band, not a boy band.
Okay, that works for me. I do play drums, kind of. But guys, I'm probably gonna have to shut the stream down pretty
Yeah,
soon.
it's
It's
4:30.
actually I was planning on only going to like 4:15 or something. So
Yeah, no problem.
so now that we've developed to boy bands, is this an adequate place to just like kill it? Just
Yep.
I think it's good. I think we're good.
I mean, we did 3 solid ones, and I improved the Kamatachi. I think all of these, or some of them, could probably use another pass, just like bring the detail up just a tiny little bit.
I think my favorite part of the stream was talking about playing a video game in a dark basement and then someone calling someone else a leaner.
Yeah, this has been a really dark stream. I'm sorry for that. This has been a really dark stream.
Yeah. All right. Well.
All right.
Well, now that we've scared everyone, so do we want to close out?
Yeah, we can close out.
You all have
Thank-
been on the Devil's Drop stream. I interrupted you.
I was gonna do the outro if you wanted me to.
Okay. We should probably trim all that down.
I'll work
I
on
made
it.
it too long.
So thanks everyone for coming. There won't be a vote for this week. We'll be having pause on next week as far as we know. And I think that's good. You guys have been watching the Delver's Drop art stream, and have a good day.
Thanks for showing up. Oh, and you can pre-purchase and play the game at devilsdrop.com. So yeah, this is for a game, guys. I don't know. We talked about weird stuff all day. Maybe someone doesn't know what this is all about.
Oh, I think we're watching regular.
You play as these characters and they hit stuff with swords and it's fun.
It's a video game.
Video games.